Good investing requires a weird combination of patience and aggression, and not many people have it. It requires a big amount of self-awareness and how much you know and how much you don't know. You have to know the edge of your own competency. And a lot of brilliant people are no good at knowing the edge of their own competency.
When people talk about Warren Buffett, they often forget the man who stood right beside him for over 60 years, Charlie Munger. He wasn't flashy, he didn't crave the spotlight, but his wisdom shaped the way Berkshire Hathaway became one of the most successful investment firms in history. Munger believed that investing wasn't just about numbers. It was about character, patience, and discipline. Today, we'll break down 5 timeless lessons from Charlie Munger's playbook that can reshape the way you think about money and life. Lesson 1, think long term. One of Munger's core principles was patience. He often said, "The big money is not in the buying and the selling, but in the waiting." In other words, wealth isn't built by jumping in and out of stocks or chasing the latest fad. It's built by finding something valuable, sticking with it, letting time do the heavy lifting. This mindset explains why Berkshire Hathaway could hold onto companies for decades and still see massive gains. The average investor often underestimates how powerful compounding becomes when you extend your horizon to 10, 20, or even 30 years. Munger's advice: stop looking for shortcuts and start thinking in decades, not days. Lesson 2, the power of simplicity. Charlie Munger hated unnecessary complexity. He believed that many investors fail because they try to be clever instead of sticking with what they understand. His approach was simple. If a business is too complicated to figure out, just pass. This philosophy was summed up in the famous idea of a circle of competence. Don't waste time investing in industries you don't grasp. If you understand consumer goods, stick with that. If tech confuses you, leave it alone. In Munger's world, avoiding ignorance was more valuable than pretending to be a genius. Simplicity, he argued, is what gives real edge in investing. Lesson 3, learn relentlessly. One of the most remarkable things about Munger was his obsession with learning. He read constantly: books, annual reports, science, psychology, history. He saw knowledge as a form of compound interest. The more you collect, the more powerful it becomes over time. His partnership with Buffett worked so well because both of them were lifelong learners. They weren't just studying finance, they were studying how the world worked. Munger often stressed that to be a great investor, you need a broad worldview, understanding human behavior, incentives, and decision-making. The takeaway? Make learning a habit. Read widely, stay curious, and never stop feeding your brain. Lesson 4, avoid stupidity before seeking brilliance. Munger had a famous line, "All I want to know is where I'm going to die, so I'll never go there." It was his way of saying that avoiding big mistakes is often more important than chasing big wins. Most investors blow up their wealth not because they didn't find a great stock, but because they took unnecessary risks, fell for hype, or failed to control their emotions. Munger believed in minimizing errors, things like avoiding debt traps, resisting speculative bubbles, and staying disciplined when everyone else was losing their heads. His advice wasn't glamorous, but it was practical. Play defense first, and success will follow. Lesson 5, partnership and integrity matter. Finally, Munger showed that investing isn't just about money, it's about who you work with and how you live your life. His partnership with Warren Buffett lasted for decades because they shared values of honesty, trust, and long-term thinking. Munger often said that having the right people around you is one of life's biggest advantages. If you surround yourself with dishonest, short-sighted partners, you're doomed, no matter how talented you are. But if you align with people who share your principles, you multiply your chances of success. For him, integrity wasn't optional, it was the foundation. Charlie Munger wasn't a Wall Street celebrity, but his wisdom, delivered with sharp wit and brutal honesty, has shaped generations of investors. His 5 lessons: think long-term, keep it simple, keep learning, avoid stupidity, and value integrity, are as relevant today as ever. The beauty of Munger's advice is that it doesn't just apply to money. It applies to business, relationships, and even daily decision-making. If you want to build lasting wealth and lead a healthy life, these principles are a pretty good place for you to start. This is how it starts. One smart move at a time. Hit the next video and keep building the life you deserve. Take care, my friend.